Elizabeth Warren mocks Kennedy's intelligence, he destroys her with street wisdom. The room was packed, the cameras flashing, and the air heavy with anticipation. Washington had seen its fair share of heated exchanges, but this one was different. On one side stood Senator Elizabeth Warren, polished, sharp, and known for her quick wit and razor-edged critiques. On the other stood Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, a man who spoke not like a polished professor but like someone who'd walked the fields, listened to ordinary people, and carried their burdens in his heart. The tension began when Warren leaned into her microphone with a smirk. "Senator Kennedy," she said, her voice dripping with condescension, "sometimes I wonder if you truly understand the complexities of what we're discussing. This isn't a Sunday picnic in Louisiana. This is federal policy. It takes real intelligence, real grasp of detail, something you seem to lack." The audience let out a low murmur, half in shock, half in anticipation. Reporters scribbled furiously, sensing they'd just been handed their headline. Kennedy, however, didn't flinch. He didn't scowl or raise his voice. Instead, he sat back in his chair, his eyes narrowing just enough to show he was listening and waiting. For a moment, silence filled the chamber, the kind that tightens around the chest and makes the next words matter. Then Kennedy leaned forward, his southern drawl steady, every syllable deliberate. "Senator Warren," he began, "I might not have the same fancy words you use. I didn't grow up with professors telling me how smart I was, and I don't walk around carrying a dictionary in my back pocket. But let me tell you something I do know. A man's intelligence isn't measured by how many big words he can use, it's measured by whether he's got the good sense to do right by folks who depend on him." The chamber grew quieter. Warren shifted slightly in her seat, caught off guard by his calm confidence. Kennedy wasn't finished. "See, where I come from, people don't need lectures on theory. They need to know if they can afford to put food on the table. They need to know their kids can go to school without fearing debt for the rest of their lives. They need to know that when they work hard, the government doesn't stand in their way but lends them a fair hand. That's wisdom you don't find in books, Senator, it's wisdom you find in people's lives." A hush fell, the kind that no one expected. He wasn't trading insults, wasn't sparring for sound bites. He was reaching deeper. And it was working. Kennedy then shared a story, one he rarely told in public. "I remember when I was just a boy," he said softly, "my daddy worked from sunrise to sunset, and still, we had weeks when we didn't know how we'd get by. My mama, God bless her soul, used to say, 'Son, don't ever confuse smarts with sense. A man can be book smart but still foolish if he don't know the value of people.' That stuck with me all my life. I'd rather